Hello all and welcome to my page. I'm Marcus Cash. Down below you will see my media handles for basically everything. YouTube, Instagram, you name it. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. Before I get into my rant of this episode, be sure to click the bell, like, share, subscribe, comment away, and share with any and all. I do appreciate your time and thank you in advance. Hello and welcome all. This is going to be one of my new recurring videos here. We're going to do a weekly review of Bruce Prichard's version of Monday Night Raw. Since he's now in creative control of the show as well, aside from Friday Night SmackDown. So it gives us a good timeline to start and jump on board. These will be a bit more on time, some technical difficulties this week. Before anything else, like, share, and subscribe. I think I just mentioned on a pre-recorded video again before this, but let's hop into it. It's a 3-hour show, which is ungodly long. Wasn't all that bad, which I really didn't want to say because I kind of wanted Paul Heyman to stay in charge. Randy Orton starts off the show really old school in his approach. I think Cornette would love this. He's basically thanking Edge for reawakening his legend killer gimmick, which I thought he should have kept a lot longer. He's goading Christian to come out and have a fight. They end up flashing forward a little bit. They end up Christian decides to take him up on it on an unsanctioned match for later. Angel Garza, that I'm a big fan of. Angel Garza is in the next segment. He's having a backstage interview with Charlie Caruso. Zelina Vega's at his side naturally. A lot of charisma with Angel Garza. I think Vince likened him to a young Eddie Guerrero. I don't know about all that just yet, but I'm glad to see that at least so far, his push wasn't killed with the creative change. So hopefully that leads to big things. Andrade shows up. He shows support, but there's some tension still with what's been happening the past couple of weeks between them. This, of course, is after Garza's given some backhanded support as well with Andrade's loss that he kind of was responsible for. I hope it doesn't lead to a split, but we'll see. I like the stable as is. I like it with Austin Theory also. Maybe there's another Hispanic or Latin or Latinx or however you want to phrase it, superstar that they can add to the group and make it a trio again. But we'll see. Kevin Owens and Angel Garza is the match. Andrade shows up almost immediately, no waiting whatsoever, and Angel Garza and Andrade of course have their squabble, and Vegas fed up. She takes off. Kevin Owens hits the stunner for the win, right? So we're protecting Owens, getting him a win there. Vega comes back almost immediately after the match, trying to rally her troops and get them on board. Hopefully she's successful, but they'll probably drag this out. MVP's in the next segment. He's promising Lashley no more hiccups. Lashley's gonna get the WWE title, and it's all Lana's fault that he's not the champion right now, which it is, but whatever. Lashley finally wants a divorce from Lana, which I think we've all wanted since the storyline started. So it looks like they are finally done and over with this horrible storyline, and hopefully Lana can go away. So he wants a divorce. The fans, the planted fans, they're chanting Jerry. Ugh. There's no real fan base in any of the cities that would actually start chanting Jerry. Um, Russo would probably be thrilled to be working there right now with a Jerry Springer chant breaking out, but whatever. It's forced, as with a lot of the chants with the planted fans are, and it's just rough. Just to make things even worse, the next segment has the unified Viking Profits, Street Profits and Viking Raiders, who are together for whatever reason, in this horrible vignette cinematic storyline that I'm just so nauseated throughout.
He's gotta puke! He's gotta puke!
But to make matters worse, on the screen with them is Akira Tozawa and his ninjas, including his big ninja. I'm not going to phrase it the way everybody online is phrasing it, but his tall, very tall 7'3" ninja. Yuck is the only way I can really just describe it. But they're gonna have a match, and sure enough, the big ninja's not a part of it, but he'll make his presence, not make his presence known, but he'll tease, like, you know, getting into a fight with them after the match. So which case, now the Big Show is on TV again in 2020 for some reason, and he's aligned and he's cool with the Viking Profits, and he's their big man, and just all of it go away, just go away, all of it. It's as bad as it sounds. It really is. Seth Rollins comes out though, because now we have another segment that's not a match. Seth Rollins cuts a fantastic promo, as he has been the entire time he's been the Monday Night Messiah. Basically hoping to recruit Dominic, Rey Mysterio's son, for those of you who didn't watch 10 to 15 years ago. He wants to recruit him into his little stable with Austin Theory and Buddy Murphy. Dominic ends up attacking him and getting away without getting his ass kicked. I guess I liked it. He got some blows in, but he's still cowardly enough because he's not a real wrestler, so he runs away successfully. I think it makes Murphy and Theory look like chumps, since they can't get around the plexiglass to get to him, but is what it is. Next week, I guess. There's a Liv Morgan sighting after this. Who would have thunk she still worked there, right? She's teaming up with Natalia for some reason. Maybe they explained it on one of their C or D or E shows. But whatever. Liv Morgan's on TV, so I'm gonna take it. They're facing the Iconics, which scares me, right? Because they never know how to not shoot themselves in the foot with the Iconics, but the Iconics win with whatever that new finisher is. It doesn't have a name. Thankfully, they seem to be invested in the Iconics, so the Iconics get the win. Hopefully, they get their belts back. They should have never lost in the first place, but we'll see. That'll be coming up soon, next week, apparently. Natty seems like she's going heel. Super frustrated with Liv Morgan laying into her that she's a rookie, and she understands why Ruby Riott left her a long time ago, because that's still relevant, and she built this division brick by brick, and everybody's ungrateful, and this should have been the Natty literally the entire women's revolution. No idea why she was a face, no idea why she was doing cat ears on her head, no idea why she was pandering whatsoever. No idea why she was trying to make people cheer for her. She's a heart. She's a Canadian. And if there's one thing about hearts in the WWE, is they're a lot better heel for some reason.
That I am truly the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, whether the American wrestling fans like it or not.
Anyway, next up is Apollo Crews, who has new music. For some reason, Screaming Apollo was needed to be at the beginning of it, but new music nonetheless. Usually, back in the day when they invested in new music for a character, it meant that there was a character change coming. Maybe they're turning face, or they're turning heel, or they just look different. But still look the same at first, right? But he's defending his U.S. title against Shelton Benjamin. MVP wanted to recruit him prior to this. He kind of rebuffed him, which kind of led to internet rumors that MVP would manage him, that Apollo would turn heel. They rebuffed him. I'm like, what the hell? But Shelton Benjamin tries to cheat to win, gets caught by the ref. Apollo rolls him up and hangs onto the ropes to keep the belt. And it shows Apollo does have a new attitude. He's willing to bend the rules. He's willing to do whatever it takes and be a little heelish. And maybe there's hope yet for him aligning with MVP. So, kind of excited. Let's see where that goes. Drew McIntyre. I'm fast forwarding, not in real life, but in this review. Drew McIntyre and R-Truth are going to defend the WWE title against Lashley and MVP. It was supposed to be both titles at first. Winner take all, 24/7, and the WWE title. R-Truth talks to whomever. I don't know who, because they don't have an authority figure on screen, so go figure. But 24/7 title's not on the line, and also nobody's chasing him anymore for the belt for whatever reason. But just the WWE title's on the line. Here's my gripe. Whenever that match is ever taking place, ever, anywhere. In fact, even on the pay-per-view that they just had for the SmackDown World Championship at Backlash, whoever secures the pinfall is that champion. If there's one belt on the line in a tag team match, so there's 4 guys in it, 2 teams, 1 title, the one guy that pins the other guy is that champion. They just did the storyline 24 hours before. For whatever reason, though, there's a gap in logic on Monday Night Raw that's run by the same guy that's running SmackDown and oversaw that championship at that pay-per-view. But Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore, and he tags in R-Truth, and he launches R-Truth to do a Enzo Amore and Big Cassidy spot, and R-Truth gets the pin on MVP, and for some reason is not the WWE champion. Drew McIntyre is the WWE champion. Not that I want R-Truth as the WWE champion, but storyline, that's how that thing goes literally all the time. So, I just don't appreciate as a fan when I'm treated like an idiot when I've watched literally the past 25 years. So, whatever. Sasha Banks and Bayley comes out next. Now, early in the show, they were challenged by the Iconics right after the Iconics squashed Liv Morgan and Natty. And Sasha and Bayley no-sold it. They didn't even bother to come out. But they come out now. The Iconics not messing around. They come out immediately after Sasha and Bayley. And basically they're baiting Sasha and Bayley into accepting their challenge for next week. So much so as even slapping Sasha Banks. And Bayley is the one that accepts the challenge, hilariously, because she's the bigger coward. Sasha's none too pleased. So now there's more teasing of the split between Sasha and Bayley, which is supposed to last till SummerSlam somehow. After that, though, we have Asuka defending her title again 24 hours later after defending it again against Nia Jax. Don't know why Nia's getting 2 title shots in 2 nights. Don't even know why she has a job. She's reckless. She hurts people. She's not that good in the ring. She's not hot, you know. So I'm not sure what box she's ticking, but she's got another title match. Fingers crossed the whole match she's not injuring Asuka, like she did to Kairi Sane twice. They have their match. They have their spots. Nia ends up shoving the ref and almost gets disqualified because the referee is not trigger happy to pull a disqualification. Asuka, though, gets her roll up, and instead of disqualifying Nia, which may or may not get her a third title match, the referee decides he's going to fast count Nia Jax and give Asuka the win. So not a special guest referee that does a fast count, because special referees do fast counts because they're not real referees. An official, very tenured referee fast counts Nia because she put her hands on him. Sorry about that. I don't love that because A, that's a real referee, but B, also they're continuing to make Asuka look like a chump. They made her look like a chump when she won the belt. For whatever reason, she cares about Becky becoming a mother, when 45 seconds before that, Asuka was a heel. She shouldn't really care, or if anything, she should spit on her face with the green mist. She's dancing around all the time. She's supposed to be somewhat serious with Nia, not letting Nia bully her or carry her around, but then she's getting cheap wins also. So it's taking a lot of the air out of the sails for me for Asuka's title reign that I had been really hoping for a while. Hopefully she can get away from Nia so she can stop looking like a chump. Last segment though, touched on it from the beginning, so nice. It went full circle from first segment to last segment. Christian comes out for this match with Randy Orton. Ric Flair comes out immediately. I'm guessing Christian's still not cleared to compete because of his concussion history. Which is why I was like, why is he even having a match in the first place? Not that I'm a Christian fan anyway. I could have did without any of this whatsoever. But Ric Flair comes out, tries to talk Christian out of the match again like he did backstage earlier. Christian's like, no, I gotta do this. Alright. Ric Flair gets behind him and low blows him. Christian falls. They do a punt kick. Obviously Orton pins him after posing him a certain way so he can look directly at Christian's face. Kind of creepy. I really dig it. Nothing better than this sadistic Randy Orton. He blames Christian, saying this was about Edge. Why did you make me do this? I didn't want to do this. This is my livelihood. Yada, 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 yada. Orton is in a zone. And oddly enough, Randy Orton is one of the best things on Monday Night Raw in 2020. Who'd have thunk it? It was a lot better than I thought Bruce Prichard's first Monday Night Raw of 2020 was going to be. I'm a little disheartened and saddened that it was good. And here's hoping that it's fantastic, because I'm a fan for much longer than I should be at this point of the product. But here's hoping he fails miserably, because I like my old school bookers like Paul Heyman, like Jim Cornette, guys like that in charge of my wrestling. So, leave your comments down below. I'm sure not everybody agrees with everything I've said, but either way, as I mentioned, like, share, and subscribe. These will be more timely starting next week. I am starting F is for Family Season 4 on Netflix, which will be my first TV reactions for this channel. I've already binged them. I just got to chop up all the video. And I'll see you soon. Thanks in advance.